Hello, sir. Welcome to SG Law and Order classes, and I'm extending a warm welcome for the sixth paper of CA Enter Auditing and Assurance. है ना बेटा? So this is altogether new subject for you. This subject is not there in the CA Foundation or Inter First Year or Inter Second Year. The subject is not there. Frankly speaking, subject is very easy. है ना? This subject is with you till you die, being a chartered accountant. So you will use this subject professionally every day, beta, in your day-to-day life, being a chartered accountant. So you will use this subject every day. So in today's class, what we are going to discuss? In today's class, let us try to understand the approach toward the subject. So before starting the subject, you should understand how to approach the subject. What is the subject? How to understand the subject? And fundamentals of the subject, let us try to understand. In English, one quotation is there: prevention is better than cure. So after completing the subject, if you're understanding how to read, it is waste, no sir. So let us try to understand how to read, how to understand. So what is our approach towards the subject? Let us try to understand in today's class, sir. First of all, let me introduce you the new subject in your life, that is the auditing and assurance. Let us understand the meaning of auditing and assurance also, beta. What is auditing? What is assurance also? I will explain in today's class itself. So, first of all, before starting our subject, what you have to keep in your mind before starting the subject itself. This is very important before starting the subject. Things to be keep in mind before starting the subject. First of all, understand that auditing is a practical paper, sir. So remember, sir, auditing is not theory paper, sir. Auditing is totally practical paper, 100% practical. This thing you have to keep in your mind at the first instance, because whatever we are learning in this auditing subject, you will apply every day when you're doing the audit. So when you're applying, no, but it's practical. When you're not applying, that may be theoretical. So it's a practical subject. Understand the subject practically. That is first important thing before starting the subject. Don't think that it is a theory. It is 100% practical. I'll prove you that it is practical paper. In everyday's class, so we will be explaining the concepts, and I will explain you how we will use this concept in the real life also. Because after completing your CA inter second group, after 2-3 months, you're going for articles, no beta. So in the articles, every day you will apply what we are learning. So it is a very practical paper, beta. It is not theory paper. That's the thing you have to keep in your mind. And the beauty of this subject is focus should be on the technical words. This is very important, beta. Some students feel the subject is very tough. It is dry because the subject is new subject first of all, and the words used in the subject is very different, which you never seen these words in the auditing. These words you have never seen in the accounting or economics or inter first year, inter second year commerce. The total technical words will be there, beta. These technical words you have to write, you have to use in your answer sheet. If you don't use these technical words in your answer sheet, you will not get the marks. For example, in lab we have seen one chapter known as IOS, interpretation of statutes. Literal construction, reasonable construction, harmonious construction. So that words are very technical. In the NI Act, we have seen some technical words: holder and due course, negotiation. So like that, so many technical words will be there, beta, in this subject. So the technical words you have to understand. Don't buy her technical words. Understand the technical words. Understand. So in this subject, while I'm teaching, I will use some technical words. Focus should be on the technical words. That is known as jargon, beta. Jargon means professional words. These words are used only in our subject, auditing subject only. These words will not be used in any other subject. When you are writing your answer in the exam, that words are very important. Understand those words. If you understand those words, no, the topic is very easy. Subject is very easy, sir, if you understand the technical words. So first thing you have to keep in your mind, it is a practical paper. Second, focus should be on the technical words, that is jargon is important. That is the what is jargons are special words or expressions used by the profession. In this profession only, auditing profession only, some technical words are there which we will use every day in your profession while doing the audit, while doing your articles also. That words are very very important. Then third thing you have to keep in your mind, try to apply the concepts to day to day life. But whenever I'll explain any concept in the auditing, no, I will apply that concept with day to day life. Every day we will do so many things, no, but from sunrise to sunset, whatever we are learning, apply that concept to day to day life. Then you will not forget. You will feel it is a easy, it is a routine work to you if you're applying the concepts to the day to day life. Better clear better. So, for example, in next class I will explain what is the meaning of auditing. So, I will apply the concept of auditing to day to day life. So, you will not forget the subject. So, first thing, treat it as a practical, then focus should be on the technical words, jargon. Third thing, you have to apply this concepts, what the concept you are learning, apply to real life, day to day life. Then you will not forget better. You feel the subject is comfortable, you feel the subject is easy, better. Then you will not feel it as a tough. So first thing, practical. Second one, technical words. Try to apply the concepts to day to day life so you can remember it easily. These three things you have to keep in your mind first of all. Next, what will be teaching methodology for next 100 to 120 hours? So we will be spending nearly 100 to 120 hours, minimum. So what we are going to do in this next 120 hours, beta? First, I will give the example, beta, practical example, real life example. So in day to day life, we are doing so many activities, beta. We will go to shop to purchase the goods, and we will go to college, So like that, we will do so many activities every day. I will explain the concept. I will match that concept with the real life example. So write the example in your running notes. You should write the example better. Why? If you write the examples, no, when you're revising the notes, you feel that I am with you. In the general, students will say, sir, when you're explaining the concept in the class, we feel very comfortable. But when we're revising after 3 months, we're getting some confusion. Why? Because you are not here in the class. First I'm explaining the example, then I'm explaining the concept. I'm merging the both. Example plus concept, merging the both. So you feel very comfortable. Clear na? But if you write only concept without writing example, no, then you'll feel it is little dry. First write the example in the running notes. I'll give the running notes, sir. So please maintain the running notes. 100% you have to maintain running notes, sir. So first I will give the example wherever it is possible. Mostly I will give examples. I'm famous for examples only, sir. SG is famous for examples only. So write the example, sir. Then I'll explain the purpose of the concept. One concept is there, beta. Poaching concept is there. For example, why we will use the concept of poaching? That is you have to understand. Poaching is not important. Verification is not important, sir. Scrutiny is not important. Why we are doing that activity is important. So that thing you have to understand, sir. So that is logic behind the technique, logic behind the procedure. So while doing the auditing, auditor will use so many techniques, to examine the client. So verification is, for example, BRS is one technique. Bank reconciliation statement we have to verify, and physical verification of the cash is one technique. Physical verification of cash is another technique. Physical verification of the stock, another technique. So we will use so many techniques while doing the audit in our real life. Why we are doing BRS? Why we are going for verification of the cash? Why we are going for verification of the stock? Logic you have to understand, sir. So then I will explain the logic behind the particular technique also. Then you have to understand logically. Don't buy heart, sir. Subject is easy, sir. If you understand the subject before the exam, you need not touch the book also. Better. That's the beauty of the subject. It's all about understanding. It's not at all by harding better. So understand the purpose. Then I will explain the purpose of the concept. That is all techniques, all procedures. Then understand that. Then I'll explain the concept. After explaining the logic, then I will explain the concept minimum 3 times. I will repeat the same concept minimum 3 times better in the class. So I will write also in the class. Minimum 3 to 4 times I will revise the same concept in the class. First time, listen. Because new concept, no beta. First time, listen. Don't hear beta. Listening is different, hearing is different. Hearing, You don't use your mind. Listening, you will use the mind. So first listen, second time you repeat with me, third time write it on your notes, on your own words. First time listen, second time when I'm revising no, same concept, revise along with me. Third time, so you can read in your own words, after you're writing your own words, no beta. Then I will dictate, sir. When I'm dictating, beta, use your mind also while writing. Don't just mechanically. Manasa, vacha, karma. So three things are there in Sanskrit. Manasa, vacha, karma. When you're sitting in the class, when you're writing the running notes, manasa, that means mind. In your mind, the concept will run. Vacha. So vacha means voice. So you should repeat the same thing. What you're writing, and karma. Focus on what you're writing. Focus on what you're writing. Three things. Manasa, vacha, karma. In your mind, the concept should run. In your mouth, the concept should run. In your hand, the same concept you should be writing. There must be matching between the manasa, vacha, and karma. Then you will not forget better. Then I will dictate the concept while writing the concept. Three things: manasa, vacha, karma. Then revise the concept by using the flowcharts. I will give the flowcharts also, sir. I'm famous for the examples and flowcharts only. So you can revise the 5 pages in 1 page through the these flowcharts. Every day revise the flowcharts, and I will explain you previous question papers and MTPs and RTPs. This is very important, sir. Why? Because what I am teaching is not important, beta. Whether you are able to answer the question in the exam or not is important. So faculty, in order to impress you, I may skip some of the topics. If I skipping the hard topics, no, you feel the subject is easy. The faculties may skip some of the topics in order to impress you. But at the end of the day, you are the loser. If I explain you MTPs, RTPs, previous question papers, then you can judge me whether I am explaining everything or not. If you can able to answer these question papers, no beta, my teaching is sufficient for the exam. If you are unable to answer these question papers after completion of the chapter, then it is insufficient. The what I'm teaching is not sufficient, beta. Clear na? So this one is very important, beta. Previous question papers are very, very important. After completing every chapter, we will be discussing the previous question papers also, MTPs, RTPs also, beta. So you will get the confidence, sir. So what you're learning, you can able to write in the exam. Next, requirements from student side. Requirements from students side. So what they have to do. This is what I have to do, better. What I have to do. What is my duty? My duty is to explain the example, explain the logic behind the concepts, and explanation of the concept, and dictation, and explain the flows, giving the flow charts, and explain the previous question papers. It's my duty. Then what is your duty, better? You should maintain ruled notes, but don't maintain white notes. What will happen, sir, if I don't maintain ruled notes? Something will happen, because in the exam ICI will not give the white paper. They will give you only ruled paper. If you're habituated to white paper, no, in the exam your mind will not accept that ruled paper. That's why. So always use the ruled paper, and always use the black pen. Along with black pen, you can use some color pens also, some other color pens also, while writing the running notes. Try to use color pens, sir, because I will use so many colors while writing the while explaining the concept. If you use the color pens, no, you feel your running notes is more comfortable, more interesting for you. So write the concept in the black pen. Examples write with color pens, sir. So it is mandatory. Next, running notes, daily revisions, previous question papers. If you do these three things, no beta, getting 80 place or 90 place is cakewalk. If you maintain the running notes, very important, because your running notes is your Bible, your running notes is your Quran, your running notes is your Bhagavad Gita before the exam. Even I give 100 materials, that's waste. Before the exam, one day will be there, no beta. Before the exam, one day will be there, no. On that day, you will refer your running notes only. So your running notes is your Bhagavad Gita, your running notes is your Quran and Bhagavad Gita and whatever, Bible. So give lot of importance to running notes, beta. Then revise running notes every day, if possible charts also, and do the previous question papers After completion of every chapter, it will give you a lot of confidence. You will not get any tension if you do the previous question papers. That is very important. These three things without compromise do every day beta. If you do this with 100% with 100% sincerely, no beta, you will get 70s, 80s, 90s. It is proved also beta. Next, don't by heart any concept beta, because it's all about logical subject is logical beta. So don't by heart, understand the concept, है ना? Practically real life, apply the concept to real life, so you will feel very comfortable in the exam. Don't by heart. Maintain the pocket book for the technical jargon. Already I said no beta. So in this subject, some words are there. For example, independency. What is the meaning of independency? What is the meaning of the this examination? What is the meaning of investigation? What is the meaning of audit procedure, audit technique, sampling? You know, some technical words will be there beta. Clear na? So ledger scrutiny. So maintain the some this pocket book for the these technical words, because technical words are important. You will get the marks if you use the technical words in the exam. So you can revise these technical words every day. So these 7 things you have to do better. First, maintain the rule notes. Use the black pen and some colorful pens for like examples. Maintain running notes. Very important. Daily revisions. Very important. Previous question papers are very important. And don't buy hard anything better. Please. If you buy hard, no, you can't. So understand the concepts logically. I'll explain the logic for every concept and maintain the pocket book for the technical words. This is your duty and my duty. Your duty also have explained better. Next thing, what is the special features of this subject beta in the exam? How question paper will be, auditing paper beta. If you observe accounts, each sum he may give for 8 marks, 10 marks, 16 marks also sometime. Example, that kind of single entry. CFS, he will give 8 marks, 10 marks, 12 marks, 14 marks also. But the in law also better, we will get that 8 marks, 10 marks. But the beauty of the audit is all the questions are 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks, maximum 4 marks. If you see the question paper, no beta, minimum 30 to 50 questions will be there in the exam. He will give you 50 questions. Kya baat kar rahe sir? I will show you also beta. For example, I will show you how many questions are there. BOS intermediate question papers 2021. See, this is one IPCC, sir. Question papers. See, let me see how many questions are there. 70 marks beta. See here, 70 marks is there, no? For 70 marks, how many questions are there? Let us see, sir. Question number 1, 7 questions are there beta. How many questions are there? 7 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions are there in first question. Next, second question, 4 questions are there. 8 plus 4, 12. 12 plus 4, 16. 16 plus 4, sub questions also there here. 16 plus 4, 20. 20 plus 4, 24. See, 3 marks, 2 marks, 1 mark only. 24. 24 plus 4, 24 plus 5 questions. A, B 2 questions are there beta. 24 plus 5, 29 questions. Beta. For how many marks beta? 70 marks. If you observe here, for 70 marks, so law paper is divided, auditing paper is divided into 2 parts, sir. Audit in the exam. 70 marks descriptive, 30 marks objective. For the 70 marks itself, he gave 30 questions on an average. More than 30 only sub questions also there. For 30 marks, pakka 30 questions will be there beta. 30 marks means 30 questions will be there. Nearly 60 questions will be there for the 100 marks. Nearly. That means you have to understand the each and every point better. Is testing you from 60 corners in the exam. That is the beauty of the auditing beta. That's why don't buy her anything. Understand. If you understand the beta, happy. Moreover, then since marks are 2 marks, 3 marks only, no beta, you need not write the lengthy answers. Only gunshot point, 3 points are sufficient. Because marks are 2 marks only. So maximum 3 points is sufficient. But don't repeat the same statement again and again to increase the length of the answer. Beta? That is important in the exam. All these things are important. So if you know all these things in the first class, no, then you will study as per the requirements of the ICI. So after, if I'm explaining all these things in the last class, it's waste, no beta. See, how will the question paper will be better? First two parts better. 70 marks descriptive, 30 marks this objective will be there. And this 30 to the 60 questions are framed very logically. He will check whether you're understanding or not. He will not ask you in date questions like what is company, what is holding company, what is subsidy company. Like that he will not ask. What is auditing? He will not ask better. All the 60 questions are practical questions only. See, examination paper style, question paper style, no lengthy questions will be there in the exam. Only 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 mark questions will be there, but more number of questions will be there. Why? He want to cover everything. He's not skipping anything better. And beta, in law, we are having the section numbers. Beta. But in the auditing, we don't have the section numbers. We're having the SCS, standards on auditing. In accounts, we're having the accounting standards, beta, AS. AS1, AS2, AS3, AS1, that is the disclosure of financial disclosures, AS2 inventories, AS3 CFS, so AS10 PPE, like that we're having the standards here. If possible, in the answer sheet, refer the standard number if possible. Otherwise, don't refer it, sir. If you can able to remember the standard number, no standard name, no remember the write the standard name and number. So that is important. If you refer the standard number in the answer sheet, no, you will get the more marks. At least 5 marks extra will be there. For total answer sheet, you may get minimum 5 marks extra if you write the standard numbers. So refer the standards on auditing number if possible, beta. Like AS1, AS2 is there, no, in the accounts. Here also standards are there. Since the questions are 2 marks, 3 marks only, no beta, 1 mark, 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks, maximum 4 marks. Don't expect a question more than 4 marks. Single question. So gunshot points are required. If so you can write the gunshot points if and only if you can understand the concept. So that possible if you understand the concept and use the technical words. You're writing only 3 points. In these 3 points also, if you write in the same so beta, you will not get the marks. Use the technical words in the answer sheet. As a jargon, no, I asked you to keep that separate book for technical words. That is very important, beta. And don't write unnecessary statements just to increase the length of the answer, because he's giving 3 marks, 2 marks only. Then why you're writing 4 to 6 points? Don't write, but write only important point as per the standard. In law, as per section, here as per standard. Then you will get the full marks, beta. Next, let us go to the syllabus. Beta. Total how many marks, beta? 100 marks. And our syllabus is broadly classified into two types, beta. First one, other than standards. Other than standards. Other than standards and standards. Yes. And standards. The standards are very important. In CA Inter, we are having nearly 35 standards, SCS. If you are good at these standards in CA Inter level, 25 marks of the CA final is over, beta. CA final. 25 marks of CA final is over. And nearly, 1 second. Good at this. In CA final, we are having nearly 40 standards. Here we are having 35 standards. Extra 5 standards will be there in the CA final. That's it. If you're good at standards, no beta, in CA Inter, nearly 40 marks is over. In CA final, nearly 30 marks is over beta. 25 to 30 marks. So standards are very, very important. So here, two parts beta other than standards, 35 standards are there, beta. Their weightage is nearly 40 marks. And other than standards, some topics are there, beta. Let us see what are the topics also, beta. Nearly we are having 15 chapters are there in our syllabus, beta. Slightly I am changing the chapter names here and there compared to IC material. For example, this is the chapter number 2 as per ICI, but I am writing it as a fourth chapter. But same thing will be there. For more comfort, I am changing the chapter names from here and there. So totally we are having 15 chapters are there, beta. Unfortunately, this chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 related to SCS only. Related to SCS only, standards only, beta. So remaining are the other than standards, beta. Remaining are the other than standards. This 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, other than standards. Out of 15th one is standard only, beta. Out of this 15 chapters, chapter number 1 to chapter number 7 standards only. Chapter number 8 to 14 are the other than standards. Clear na? Let us see the weightage also, sir. First chapter, nature, objective and scope of auditing. Weightage will be nearly 7 to 9 marks. Its weightage will be 7 to 9 marks from this first chapter. And second chapter name is audit. Here what we will be discussing, beta, what is auditing, why is auditing, we will be understanding here. Second chapter name, here what we will understand, I will write, sir. Here we will understand what is audit, why is audit, types of audit, types, fundamentals, we can understand. They are very, very important, beta. Second chapter, audit documentation and audit evidence. This is while doing the audit. While doing audit, what you have to do. How to maintain the documents. It will explain you. Next, this is how to analyze. It explains you how to analyze the client. Third chapter, analytic procedures, how to analyze the client. The weightage is 3 to 4 marks only, where 2-3 pages will be there. And how to maintain documents, weightage is 8 to 11 marks on average. This is next one is audit strategy, audit planning program. Before starting the audit, after completion of the syllabus, what you will do, beta? You will make a plan, no beta? We will not implement the plan, but we will make a plan. Chalo, day 1, we will make a plan for 30 days. 30 days long, first day, first chapter, second day, second chapter, like that you will plan, no beta? Before implementation of the plan. Before starting your revisions, you will plan it, no beta? That is in the same way, before starting the audit, how to plan the audit, how to plan. మీరు కూడా చేస్తారు కదా చాప్టర్ అయిపోయిన ఎగ్జామ్స్ కన్నా ముందు రిజల్ట్ రాగానే లేకపోతే ఆఫ్టర్ అప్లైయింగ్ ఫర్ ద ఎగ్జామ్స్ యూ విల్ ప్లాన్ ఫర్ యువర్ రిజల్ట్స్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ బెటా షెడ్యూల్ 30 days are there, so how many subjects are there, how much syllabus is there, so how to come to the syllabus, you will make a plan, no program, no. So that is here we will understand, so how to plan the audit. This is while doing the audit, beta. This weightage is 8 to 10 marks, beta. Next, audit sampling. Next chapter name is audit sampling. This also explains while doing the audit, how to take the sample. How to take the sample from the population. What is population? What is sampling? I will explain you. Next chapter is important, beta. ICS. Your life is depending upon the internal controls only. This what is very important in the auditing. The weightage is 7 to 10 marks, beta. Important, sir. And how to identify the frauds made by client. 7th chapter, fraud and responsibilities of the auditor, 3 to 4 marks. So this first 7 chapters related to standards only, sir. Whatever we are discussing in the first 7 chapters, we will discuss again in the standards. I will not teach the standards along with chapters. Again separately I will teach standards. Then it is revision for you also. That means teaching second time also. First I will explain the 7 chapters. Then I will go to standards. You feel that it is revision again. Standards are very important. First chapter names are nature, objective, and scope of auditing. It explains what is auditing, why is auditing, types of auditing. Weightage is nearly 9 marks. So nearly how many pages are there here? 40 pages are there. First chapter. Second chapter or documentation on audit evidence. Weightage nearly 8 to 11 marks. Here we will understand how to conduct the audit. And third chapter analytical procedures. We will understand how to analyze the client here. 3 to 4 marks. Next chapter audit strategy, audit planning, audit program. Here we will understand how to plan for the audit. 8 to 10 marks. Sampling, so how to, while doing the audit, is one of the technique better. This is one of the technique for doing the audit. So how to use this technique is explained in this chapter beta. 3 to 4 marks. ICS nearly 10 marks beta, very important chapter. Next, how to identify the frauds made by client. 3 to 4 marks beta. Next, chapter number 8, audit of different types of entities. What you will understand here. So what, if you go to main road, what you will see beta? If you go to main road, you may find the hotel. How to do the audit of that hotel. So after explaining this chapter, whenever you go to hotel, close your eyes and understand. So what we have to check in this hotel. Then you will see the, you may find the cinema theater. Cinema theater. Beta. So how to do the audit of the cinema theater. Then you may go to where you will go beta. Then school, you may find the school on the main road. How to do the audit of that particular school. All these things we will understand in this chapter beta. How the special audits. Special audits means very easy topics, sir. So by seeing the school, by seeing the hotel, by seeing the theater, so we can understand what to check in the hotel, what to check in the theater, what to check in the school. So very easy topics only. 10 marks beta weightage. Very easy topic. If you listen carefully, 10 marks are in your pocket. Next, bank audit beta. This was there in the CA final once upon a time. Now also it is there. Fundamentals are transferred to CA winter. Again, it will be there in the CA final beta. 8 to 10 marks. Very easy concepts, sir. Next, company audit. CA inter weightage 15 marks. CA final again 10 marks. Company at Caro. These two will come in the CA final and CA inter also. Standards also better. If you are good at CA inter whole syllabus, 60% of the CA final is over, frankly speaking. At least 50% better. Same standards will be there, same company audit will be there, same bank audit will be there, same Caro will be there in the CA final also. So 50% of the CA final is over. Next one, audit in the automated environment, that is computerized environment. 2 to 3 marks maximum, one question he make, this may come. Next, audit report. This will come again CA final beta. If you're observing CA final, audit reports will come, Caro will come, company audit will come, first 7 chapters will come, there is standards. So what is there, sir? Here fundamentals we are seeing, some depth we are going to discuss in the CA final, sir. So audit report weightage will be 3 to 4, even it is standard, sir. Audit report also SS only, standards and auditing only. Simply, sir, 70% of the auditing is standards only. 70% of the auditing is standards only beta. Next chapter, audit of financial statements and balance sheet items and P&L items. How to audit, how to test. In the balance sheet, what will be there beta? Fixed assets, investments, current assets, fictitious assets, share capital, reserves, long-term liability, short-term liabilities. In P&L account, opening stock, purchases, sales, income, income, expenses, other income. So how to do the audit of all these items we are going to discuss in this 14th chapter, sir. This is the introduction to, brief introduction to our syllabus, sir. Clear na, sir? Clear na? So please keep the heading syllabus. Syllabus. Chapter 1, nature, objective and scope of the audit. Weightage 7 to 9 marks. Please maintain running notes. Please maintain running notes. I said that is very important. Chapter 2, audit documentation and audit evidence. Weightage nearly 8 to 11 marks. Chapter 3, analytical procedures. 3 to 4 marks. Next, chapter 4, audit strategy, audit planning, audit program. Weightage 8 to 10 marks. Easy, sir. It's all about understanding. That's it. Nothing is there to by heart. Next, audit sampling, 3 to 4 marks. Only small concept is there. Even it is part of standard only, sir. First 7 chapters is part of standards only. Next, sixth chapter, risk assessment. How to assess the risk in the audit and their internal control system. Very important this word in your life. 7 to 10 marks. Chapter 7, fraud and responsibilities of auditor. 3 to 4 marks. 3 to 4 marks. With this, the chapters related to standards are over. If you want, you can keep other heading. Other than standards. Other than standards. Yes, yes. Chapter number 8. Audit of different types of entities. Special audits. Very easy. Hotel, theater, school, that kind of thing. Charitable trust, Section 8 company, government audit. That kind of things we will discuss. 8 to 10 marks better. Very easy topic better. Very easy. 10 marks are in your pocket. Easy. Next, bank audit. This one also related to inter first year economics, inter second year economics, types of banks, all these things. They're in the inter economics, no? So fundamentals will be there. Audit of banks, 8 to 10 marks. Some extra concepts also there. Next, company audit and CARO. Both are very important, sir. CARO and company audit. CA intern 15 marks. Weightage average. CA final 10 marks. Pakka. 12 to 15 marks. Next, chapter number 12. Audit in the automated environment. Weightage 3 to 4 marks. Next, chapter number 13. Audit report. 4 to 6 marks. Next, lengthy chapters are audit of financial statements. You can read these topics with common sense. If you're having the good grip over the fundamentals of accounts, no beta, easy. If you can have some analytical skills, easy beta. Chapter is lengthy, but it is easy. Audit of financial statements. Last one, standards. No beta, it's your mother in the auditing. Nearly we have 35 standards are there, sir. Weightage will be an average 30 marks, 25 to 30 marks. That is first 7 chapters average. So this is the introduction to the syllabus. Then let us try to understand so how to use 3 hours in the exam. I'll explain this in the last class of the auditing, sir. Then let us see some introduction to the auditing subject, sir. History of the auditing. Let us try to understand. Since it is a first class, no, we are not starting any auditing today. Only introduction. So history of the auditing we are discussing today. What is auditing? We will be discussing in the second and third class. Tomorrow I will explain the meaning of the auditing. That is general meaning. In third class, I will explain you the definition of the auditing. Second class, third class is very, very important. So compared to first class. So, but whether the word auditing is an English word or not, first of all, let us try to understand the history of the auditing. But whether auditing is a new concept or old concept, this is not a new concept, sir. The concept of auditing was there from so many years, from centuries. This concept is there. The concept of auditing was there even when the kings are ruling the kingdom. When the kings are there, no, at that time also the auditing is there. I will give the examples also. It's very old phenomena in the world. It's not a new phenomena, sir. But we are giving a new name to auditing. But in the olden days also we used to do audit, but they're not calling it as an audit. But the same thing we are doing now, we're keeping another name. That's it. First of all, what is the meaning of the word audit, sir? Whether it is an English word or not. The word audit is not an English word, sir. Basically, it is a taken from Latin word auditus, AUDITUS. History, auditus. What is the meaning of auditus, sir? Auditus means an act of hearing. It is an act of hearing from an expert. From an expert. For example, sir, if you see Bahubali movie, in that movie also the concept of auditing was there. So after killing Kalakeya in that movie, after killing Kalakeya, that Bahubali and Kattappa will go for the kingdom. They will change their dresses. They will enter into the kingdom as an ordinary person. What that they what that Ramakrishna, her name is Shivagami. So in that movie, after killing the Kalakaya, so Shivagami will call the Bahubali and this Kattappa, and Shivagami will tell to Bahubali and this Kattappa. So you guys change your dresses and go to kingdom and understand how the people are feeling about the our management, our government. है ना? This is what that Shivagami will tell to. This is what Shivagami will tell to Bahubali, है ना? And moreover, by the time you come back, no, I will choose a beautiful girlfriend. I will choose a beautiful girl only for you. I will choose the wife for you. So please go to kingdom. Why this Shivagami sending the Bahubali and Kattappa to kingdom by changing their dresses as an ordinary man? The main purpose of sending the Bahubali to kingdom is to understand how the people are feeling about our governance, about our management. So we're managing the particular Rajam. What is that, beta? Bahubali. I forgot. है ना बेटा? That one name is there for the kingdom. I forgot that name, beta. So go to the kingdom and understand how the people are feeling about us. That's auditing only. Checking, testing. है ना बेटा? From that days, this concept of auditing was there. So these guys, this Kattappa and Bahubali will go to kingdom. He will meet the people. है ना बेटा? Then he will take the feedback. Then he will come to this queen, whom this Ramakrishna, Shivagami. They will tell the same thing to this Shivagami. Shivagami, my dear queen, this is how the people are feeling about us. This is how the people are understanding about us. You know, they're feeling happy in the kingdom or not. So there Shivagami is hearing from the expert. This expert is going to kingdom. This expert is understanding the kingdom. He's taking the feedback. He's giving the same thing to the king. That is auditing only, beta. So that is called as auditors in the Latin. है ना बेटा? Kings used to do this. है ना? In Ramayana also, beta. If you know Ramayana, in the Ramayana also, beta, Lord Rama will say after killing the Ravana, so after marrying, after he came back to his Ayodhya, beta, he will send one employee, huh, to change his dress. So mingle as an ordinary person with other people and get the feedback. How the people are feeling about our kingdom, our governance. That is auditing only, beta. है ना? That was done in olden days also. But we are not calling it as a auditing. है ना? The kings will send a spy. है ना? The spy will meet the people. He will take the feedback. How the people are feeling about the king. How the people are feeling about the our governance. है ना? That is a kind of auditing only. That's why basically auditing means an act of hearing. It is derived from Latin word auditus or adhere means to hear. Same thing, beta. Act of hearing from an expert. You know, from that time this concept was there, beta. See, the concept of auditing is very old phenomenon. The word audit is taken from a Latin word auditus, an act of hearing, or adhere, that is to hear. Hearing from an expert. Who is expert here in the present day? Our chartered accountant. You know, auditor is expert. Shareholders are listening from the auditor regarding the board of directors. In olden days, king used to listen from the spy about the public. In nowadays, shareholders of the company listening from the auditor about the board of directors. You know, beta? Same. King was there, spy was there, and public was there in the kingdom. So king is sending the spy to the public to understand and to come. This spy will understand the feedback. He will give it to the king. In the same way, in the place of king, who came better? Shareholders. They are the kings of the company. Then we are sending an expert. Who is he? Auditor. You know, better. Then he will go to the company. He will analyze the board directors. Then he will come back. He will give the feedback to shareholders in the audit report. Which report, beta? Audit report. You know, from those days also this concept is there, beta. From the olden days. In ancient time, the owners of the business verify their accounts by expert accountants or bookkeepers to detect the errors and frauds. Why owners are sending the auditor to the BOD to check whether BOD is doing any fraud with their money. Whose money? Shareholders money. है ना बेटा? Even kings anta, even kings used to listen from accountants regarding the receipts and payments of their kingdom, and they used the spice also. At the end of the 15th century, due to Renaissance in the Italy, there was a rapid growth of industry, trade, and commerce. Moreover, after that, this guy is then a famous mathematician, Luca Paciolo. He was invented a double entry system. Previously, only single transaction was there, but this guy invented his mathematician, sir. He invented the double entry system. Single transaction we in two entries, but people are unable to understand whether that entries are correct or not. We need some expert to check these transactions. That's where the concept of auditing came. From that days, this was there, beta. And subsequently, in the 18th century, there was an industrial revolution was there in the England. Industrial revolution means so many types of company was started in the 18th century. Like banking companies, insurance companies, joint stock companies, separation of ownership and management. All these came in the year 2000 in the 18th century itself, beta. From 18th century, the new concept of auditing is introduced in the worldwide. Before that the concept was there, but they're not calling it as auditing. But from 18th century, the new concepts of auditing was emerged. Before that also there, but they're not professionally calling it as auditing. From 18th century, new concepts are introduced, which we are using till day also, beta. Basically, there's fundamentals. Wherever you go, the fundamentals will remain same, beta. So this is a brief history to auditing, sir. First of all, what is the meaning of auditing, sir? So understand, beta, auditing is not an English word, it is a Latin word. Generally, what is the meaning of auditing, sir? So I will explain the auditing in the next class. Just meaning. Auditing means examination. Auditing means examination. Auditing means in Telugu it is known as taniki cheyadam, check cheyadam. In Hindi it is known as hisab kitab ki janch in Hindi. What is the meaning of assurance, sir? Auditing means examination, fine. Our subject name is auditing and assurance. No. Then what is the meaning of assurance, sir? It's a kind of guarantee. It's kind of providing the confidence. I said, no, beta. If you maintain running notes, if you do previous question papers, beta, if you revise the charts every day, I will give assurance that you will get 70 plus in the auditing. These three things you have to do. What? Listen the concept, maintain running notes, revise it every day, do the previous question papers. What I will give the beta? Assurance. I will give confidence that paper will be very, very easy. That is the meaning of assurance. Here, auditor is informing to shareholders आप टेंशन होने का नहीं. I went to do company, I have verified everything is fine or everything is not fine. He is giving the hope to shareholders. Nothing is happening to their money, or he is saying that something is happening to your money in his audit report. So assurance means declaration of intention to give the confidence. Declaration of intention. Auditor is going to company, he's checking, he's explaining his intention in his report to shareholders. That is the meaning of the word assurance. Auditing means examination. Assurance means building the confidence. In Hindi it is known as ఆశ్వాసన్. ఇన్ తెలుగు ఇట్ ఇస్ నోన్ as హామీ, బెట. తెలుగులో ఏమంటాం దీన్ని? హామీ అని అంటాం, సార్. దిస్ ఇస్ బ్రీఫ్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ టు ద సబ్జెక్ట్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ఆడిటింగ్? Let us discuss in the next class, sir. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. So from tomorrow, the concepts are very, very important, sir. Take care, sir.